It's like we're living in the same building but split into two floors. I'm not racist, but there's two sides to every story. I wish that I knew you.
Welcome back to CCTV. I am going to take a break from the videos that I normally do and kind of do a response video to the video I just played with you guys before I popped up on the screen. And the video is called I'm Not a Racist by Joyner Lucas. I played it for you guys just in case you haven't seen it, or for those of you who need a refresher. I wanted to make a response to this video because it's going viral. It caught a lot of wind, yes, but because of the comments, and I feel like just a lot of people don't understand. So I kind of want to break it down for them. I'm not saying that I'm completely right and everyone else is wrong. No, I understand that people are going to have different viewpoints because everybody came from different walks of life. I understand that people are going to have different viewpoints because everybody came from different walks of life, but I wanted to kind of explain the general idea I think Lucas was trying to reach. And some of these comments, they blow my mind, guys. It's insane. The ignorance in this discussion is just horrible, and if I could talk to some of these people personally, they probably would not like me. But like I said, this is just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. I don't have to agree with you. We could just agree to disagree and the show could go on. So I want to talk a little bit about the video in general. The video came out last week. Oh, well, today is actually the 7th, so it came out a little over a week ago. It came out at the end of November, after Thanksgiving. Joyner Lucas is an American rapper. I don't know how long he's been rapping, but I first heard about him when he did the cypher at the BET Awards, and I heard 2 other songs by him, not including this one, so I'm not like an extreme fan, but the music that I have listened to by him, I can tell that it's something that really touches him. And if I had to compare him to a rapper, I would say like a Kendrick Lamar. So if that's your type of deal, you know, definitely give him a listen. But yeah, I think the cypher was like either last year or like 2015. I'm not really sure. You guys can look that up. I don't know much about him. Now, I want to mention, because this is the part that really irritates me, because before people comment, I feel like you should do your research on the video so you do not look stupid. But some people are more dense than others and they don't do their research. Joyner Lucas wrote both parts. The men in the video, they're not Joyner Lucas. Neither of them are. Joyner Lucas is an African-American rapper, like I mentioned. He wrote both parts, and a lot of people are saying they only agree with the white part, or they only agree with the black part. I want to say, when you do that, you are proving the point he is trying to make in this video, saying that there isn't one side that you should necessarily agree with. You should see the ignorance on both sides and come to an understanding to try to figure out how to meet in the middle and fix the problem. So for those of you who say, oh, I only agree with the white guy, honey boo boo, Joyner Lucas is African American and he wrote that. What he did, and this is why I like this video so much. Even if I didn't agree with it, I like it because the way it was orchestrated. I like the fact that Joyner Lucas really took and put on someone else's shoes, and like he could really, it's for example, like if I didn't know who Joyner Lucas was, I would really think that he was the white guy in the video, because like it was just so spot on. I'm not saying that all white men are racist, but he did it from a racist Caucasian man's standpoint. And I felt like he did a really good job with it. And he also did a really good job from the African American standpoint, but that could also be because he's African American, first-hand experience. I'm not really sure. But yeah, and that's why I like the video. So just to explain the video for those of you who do not understand, or just, you know, hear one part and just ramble on with it. The video is 2 characters sitting down having a conversation, and both sides having some ignorant perspectives. like the Caucasian guy, when he said the N-word, a lot of people got hung up on that part. First of all, because they were like, why is the white guy saying that? Like I said earlier, Joyner Lucas is African American, and he's the one that's actually rapping. So the white guy did not actually say that. But he put that racial slur in there to make you feel uncomfortable, because racism is an uncomfortable topic, and I don't think that you should feel comfortable like just talking about it. It's supposed to evoke emotion, and he also did that on the African American side when he called the guy a cracker or chink or spick or whatever. He used a lot of racial slurs that hold the same heavy weight. So it was not a biased thing. So it wasn't only the Caucasian guy calling the black guy names. The black guy was also calling the Caucasian guy names, which I don't agree with any, because it's point blank dehumanization. That's just what it is. A lot of people get hung up about the hug at the end. For me, the hug at the end was very touching. No, I don't think this video is going to solve racism. And I don't think that Lucas thinks this video is going to solve racism. And I don't think that's why he put that hug in there. I think he put that hug in there to show the audience that there is an understanding that two people from different walks of life, from different perspectives, could come to. Because once the Caucasian guy went off and said everything he needed to say, the African American guy went off and said everything he needed to say, and they explained both sides of their story. And that is the gist of this video, to explain both sides of a story. It's not to dehumanize one person or to say this, to say that, to prove that racism is still here. We all know racism still exists. Even though slavery was 400 years ago, racism has not disappeared, and it's going to keep going because people are teaching it to their kids. And the only way it's going to stop is if we end that cycle. But quite frankly, I don't see that happening anytime soon. But what Lucas is trying to say, if we sit down, we talk to one another, we get our ignorance out of the way, and just really open up our minds and really try to put on the other person's shoes, maybe we could agree to disagree about some things. And he actually mentions that in the end. Sorry, I'm looking at the video and comments on my laptop at the same time, so I know I'm not missing anything. And he says, can't erase the scars with a bandage. I'm hoping maybe we can come to an understanding. Agree to disagree. We could have an understanding. I'm not a racist. Like, he's telling you guys that yes, both sides are different, but they're the same. Like, does that make sense? It's like they're the same coin, just one's heads, one's tails. And I'm trying to explain it in a different way so everyone can understand, but I can't explain it in a different way. He's saying, yes, some things we're going to have to agree to disagree, but we can also talk to each other and get that ignorance out of the way and get that I'm better than you attitude out of the room, and maybe we can come up with a solution. And that is why he did the hug at the end, showing that they could come to an understanding. And I feel like a lot of people miss that because they're just so hung up on what the other person said that they're not catching the point of this video. And I do think it was a well orchestrated video, and I feel like it evoked a lot of emotion, and I feel like it deserves a lot more attention. And I feel like if you didn't understand it, you should go back and you should watch until you understand it, because racism is a heavy topic in America and all over the world, because it is still happening. And it's not going to get fixed if we don't talk about it, if we just keep playing a blind eye, or we keep trying to put bandages over it. You can't heal a wound with a bandage. It needs to be treated and properly cared for. And I feel like a conversation, which is what Lucas was trying to get at, would definitely help that process. Understanding would definitely help that process. Walking in someone else's shoes will definitely help that process. in the comments on whether you agree with the black guy or the white guy. That's not where he's trying to get at. He's saying, I need you to see from both perspectives and understand from both perspectives. And I think the video was all around well written, and I do give props to Lucas because it was a very bold thing to do, because videos like this, they're either far left or far right. There's really no in between. And yeah, I kind of wanted to break that down for you guys, and I'm sorry if I went on like a little rant. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Sorry for my little rant. And I will return tomorrow with my regular vlogmas videos, and just stay tuned and turn on your notifications, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff, and I will see you lovely people tomorrow.
It's like we living in the same building but split into both sides. I'm not racist, but there's two sides to every story, and now you know mine. Can't erase the scars with a bandage. I'm hoping maybe we can come to an understanding. Agree to disagree, we can have an understanding. I'm not racist.